Often we talk about masculine and feminine, and I know in the the kind of the coaching space and kind of more like the new age space, there's one in one hand it's suggested that men don't have to be masculine and women don't have to be feminine. But then, like, I hear a lot of people in the new age space talk about um, relational dynamics, and for some reason they don't use the terms men and women. They say the masculine does this and this, and the feminine does this and that. But they're actually still trying to say man and woman. That's what they're implying. But in actual fact, beneath masculine and feminine, there's line and circle. And line and circle kind of creates everything. And circles have certain qualities, and lines have certain qualities. So, for example, part of the nature of line is to penetrate, and part of the nature of circle is to contain. And again, I hear a lot of like kind of modern relational advice where it says like the man or the masculine's job is to hold the woman or hold the feminine, but actually a line's role isn't that. That's the nature of circle, or like to contain. And I think what it does is we end up thinking that, again, man has to be masculine, woman has to be feminine, but actually every single one of us are a unique configuration of line and circle energy, and there's no two that are the same, just like fingerprints.
Yeah.
So I'm aware that, like, part of the nature of line is the desire to is to penetrate. Now, there's different ways we can look at that. One way that we can say engendered, like actually engendered, embodied version of line is phallic, and that is to penetrate, and circle is to receive. But then beyond that, you can also look at the nature of the line, like mentally. To penetrate would be to go further into a concept, to go further in, not just to see it at the surface level, to want to penetrate deeper into it. And that's actually only the way that we start to discover new things, is by going into an existing thing and then starting to look at what else is in there that's not yet been seen. So I can see that really as part of my desire of who I am is to always, I have this deepest desire to constantly be penetrating into ideas, to concepts, and then see if I can then, like with a scalpel, start to cut things apart and find, like, let's look at this, let's look at that, let's look at that. So that's a nature of line energy. So I can see that in me.